Yo, what's up, guys? So this one is about voice and creativity. I'm gonna get to voice in 1 second, which I think is a decent point because I think a lot of writers don't really know what their voice is, and I think that's critical. But I don't want to forget this part: creativity. So, like, when I'm in my creative mode, and like so I've been with two main people, right? Sherry and my lady. But they know, like, if I'm in my creative mode, leave me the fuck alone. Like, no offense. Just leave me alone. Is my mic on? Hold on 1 second. I don't want to just do this whole video and there's no fucking mic. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm mic'd. All right, sorry about that. Because that would suck. I'll redo my videos. Anyway, so you know, it used to be like Sherry would come home and she would be like, and my lady knows this about me too, come home and be like, walk in and be like, and I'm writing, I'm super fucking focused, and she'll be like, hey, come in, hey, like, so what, like, so Sally invited us to like this like cocktail party this weekend. Like, I think they're gonna be there. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I'm like, no. I almost had the fucking line, the line to make this whole script work, and you just fucked me up. Like, no offense, but you cannot come in and just start talking to me. Like, if I'm like this, don't talk to me. Because like, this could be the line. It's like a box of chocolates, and now I don't fucking remember what the fuck it was. And she's like, well, maybe you can get it back. I'm like, let me think. Like, it's gone. It's fucking gone. Like, that was the line. I fucking had it. And you interrupted me and you told me about some shit I don't give a fuck about right now. We'll figure that shit out later. You know what I mean? This is the ego. Excuse me. That's not what I meant. Rewind. I meant eccentricities of writers. So we came up with the thing that if she comes in, if I'm in a place where I'm writing, if I'm in a place where I'm like I can step away for a minute, then I'll just step away. But if I'm not, then I just go like this. And she knew, like, if I go like this, she walks in, and I go like that, she knows, don't talk to him. He's right in the middle of trying to figure out a fucking line. He's right in the middle of that shit. Leave him the fuck alone. Okay? He'll come to me, he'll finish that, and then he'll fucking come to me and talk to me. Because, and what I would say there too is that I think that really helps an agent understand when they see it, when they are even executive, producer, whatever. If you're married to an executive, an agent, a producer, whatever, someone who's not a fucking creative, and they see that and they see how fucking intense you are. Like, this is not a joke to us. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that helped her understand, like, okay, like, they're very fucking intense when they're writing. Like, they're dead fucking serious. Do not talk to me, okay? It's nothing personal. Just don't talk to me, okay? And that goes for anything I create. I create a lot of things, okay? But if I'm in the middle of something, do not talk to me. Like, I see you, boop, that's your cue. I hold one finger up, meaning give me 1 second, and then I'll get to you. Because I don't want to lose where the fuck I'm at. Because to me, it could kill the whole thing. So I want to get that out first. So, I think that's something that, if you're married to a creative, or your boyfriend or whatever, or you know, or your girlfriend is creative or whatever, you know, and you're on the suit side, just understand like we're super intense in those moments, and there's moments where we don't even feel like we're writing the script. I've been in that moment where my first script that got me signed, I don't feel like I wrote it. I don't believe in like ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in hoodoo. I don't believe in none of that shit. Maybe you could try to convince me that God exists. I don't fucking know. But I don't believe in any of that shit. However, I have experienced that where I'm not writing the script. I'm not writing it. Like it's just flooding into my mind. Like it's as if these characters are just telling me what happened. I'm just documenting what happened. I'm in that mode. You know what I mean? And it's it's a wild ride. That script I wrote in 16 fucking days, jammed it out. And I was up at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, thinking I've wrote for 16 fucking hours at this point, and all of it stays in the script. That's a script that went out, almost no edits, almost none. Because the characters were just telling me, this is what, write this, okay? Like, and I'm just, okay, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. I didn't write that fucking script. I don't feel like. I know it seems like a weird fucking thing to say, and I've heard other writers say this, and I just jammed through the script, dude, and I'm in like 3 in the morning. I'm like, I need to go to bed, dude. But these characters are still fucking telling me, and then this happened, and then this happened. Isn't that fucking crazy? You know what I mean? So I could have wrote that script in 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, something like this, but I had to sleep. You know, and I guess people could say like, were you in mania or something? I don't think so. I think I was just locked into these characters where it just kind of wrote itself, and I got signed off that. And then that's a script that Sherry read eventually after 2 months, after she said, I'm not going to read shit from you. And then she read it, and she's like, it's fucking good, I think. I think it's pretty fucking good. And then I went to Joe Cohen, he's like, I agree. And then I went to Tiffany Ward, she's like, yep, I want to sign him. So boom. So, you know what I mean? I was correct. But that's an interesting thing, you know. Creativity is what I'm talking about. Where does it come from? You know, it's a very esoteric thing, and I think a lot of sort of suits think like, and some writers think this too. This is why I'm talking about this, because it's a very esoteric conversation. I think a lot of suits and a lot of too many artists. I'm not going to, you know, I don't want to put too many people down. Is what I'm saying, but they think it's just like a puzzle that, like, you just start here and like we need a thing, so just sit down and, you know, go through the checklist, you know, and do your beat sheet and do the outline, and then a magic script will come out of it. I don't believe that for a fucking second. Most of my best scripts were just winging the fuck out of it. And people were like, this is fucking sick, man. I'm talking about A-list fucking producers as well. Agents, CAA, what the fuck? Not that everybody loved that shit. I'm just saying, my best scripts have been when I just said, fuck it, man. Like a fuck it script where I just wang it, whatever the term is, and just let the characters fucking speak to me, and just, you know, fucking just wild, man. You know what I mean? And just in the fucking zone, in that fucking moment. And my music is blasting. I got 12 fucking, in here I got like 12, 13, 15 speakers. If I write something, that shit is loud as fuck. If I'm creating something, piece of art or whatever, that shit is loud as fuck. That's my zone. I know some writers are like, I want to sit there with tea and just quiet, butterflies. Not me, man. I need it like, fucking let's rock. You know, that's just the zone that I feel most comfortable in. And every writer is different as far as how they create, and every creative person is different how they create. I'm talking about writer, artist, like traditional art. Obviously, music. You're gonna have it's gonna be loud. Anything else, you know what I mean? People have their own ways of how they create, how they feel the most comfortable in their little place. That here's my little safe place to create. Mine is very loud, okay? But let me go over to here to voice. I'm just rambling. This doesn't mean shit to anybody. I have no idea. But it was just a thought I had. Oh, where's my fucking paper? Give me 1 second. So, voice, voice. I would say, like, do you know? I need to hurry up because I'm already at 11 minutes. Do you know do you know what your voice is? I wrote probably 6 scripts before I even knew what my voice was, and Sherry told me what my voice was. And she's like, do you know what your voice is? And I'm like, no. What do you mean voice? Like, I get, like, I write like thrasher shit. I get that. I write dark shit. I get that. But she's like, no. I mean, do you understand what your through line is to all your shit? Because I know what it is. I'm like, see, I never even thought about that. Your brand. Like, she's like, do you know what your brand is? Your voice, your brand? I'm like, not really. I knew what her brand was. I knew it was like chick lit, dark shit, this kind of stuff. They used to call it chick lit. That used to not be a dirty word. I just knew she liked female women writers who write dark, fucked up shit. And I learned that Reese likes that shit too. Okay, which I did not know originally. Reese has great taste, by the way. Not that she needs but she has fucking excellent taste. Probably some of the best in the entire industry, I would say. If you have a badass script and you're a female writer and you write dark, fucked up, really smart shit, send it right to Reese. Tip, okay? But anyway, so Sherry was like, your through line, every single thing you fucking write has glam versus grit. Every fucking thing. I'm like, no shit. She's like, yeah. This script, that the dupe, this one, this, like she's just going through all my scripts because she read them all at that point because she trusted me at that point because her friends liked my writing. So she's like, okay, maybe you're not so bad as a writer. So she'd read all my shit at that point. Never really like super helped me. She's like, you're on your own with that shit. Whatever you're trying to think of writing or whatever. But she's like, but yeah, all your shit has glam versus grit in there. So there's a central question that you're asking examining in every one of your scripts. And it's the same fucking question. Do you get that? And I did it. And that was like my mind, what the fuck? So I'm writing the same script every single fucking time, just in a different amalgamation. She's like, yeah. I'm like, that is fucking crazy, but you're right. I see it. That sidebar, that would be interesting because think about it. That would be interesting to see, because like everybody has their voice, whatever. But okay, so that's step one. Okay, that's the obvious thing that Chris Nolan has his voice, Sorkin has his voice, Tarantino has his voice, David Lynch has David Fincher, all the Davids. Everybody has their voice, but it's all one central question in my mind. That's what Sherry said to me, and I think she's correct. It's one central question. So what the fuck is that question that you keep trying to examine in various ways? Because why are we writing? We're trying to fix something. We're not just are you? I'm not. Like, I'm trying to fix something. I'm looking at society and saying, society's fucked up in a certain way. And I'm trying to like, how can I maybe like help? So she's like, that's what you do. You do glam versus grit. By the way, I was going to say this. It'd be interesting if someone took the time, maybe someone already has. If someone has, link me to that shit because I'd be fascinated to see. Like Tarantino's, his central question is this. Tarantino, central, like all their central questions. It's one question. Tarantino, Spielberg, Lynch, fucking Chris Nolan, you know, go down the list. Whomever, you know what I'm saying? I would be fascinated to see like someone who fucking is super nerd, like writer, director, to figure out each one of their central questions. That'd be fucking fascinating. You know what I mean? Because Sorkin, everybody, because I think everybody does have one thing that they're trying to figure out. Prove me wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. How about that? Okay? I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I think maybe. Because when I look at my scripts, I have 14 at this point, and I'm soon to have 15, 16. I know I'm going to ask the same shit. You know what I mean? It's just in a different way. So I think that's something interesting. So I wrote, where am I at time-wise? Let me wrap this up under 20 minutes. So I just wrote a couple questions or statements or whatever, just to like, you know, speak on this if you want to. So what I'm saying there is look at all your shit and figure out what's your central question. Like, what is the thing you're trying to fucking figure out? My thing is glam versus grit. And that's what Sherry pointed out to me. She's like, everything you do has glam versus grit. You're trying to figure that out. And I'm like, why is that? So I had to ask myself, why the fuck is that? But then if I look at my life, it's because I live both lives fucked into one person. You know, let me try to explain this quickly. I've never been confused about being a biracial guy. I get it. My dad's black, my mom's white. I'm fucked into one dude who's a biracial guy. And that's how I identify as a biracial guy. I'm not going to get all into race. However, when I was growing up, the first place I lived was in the projects. Okay, so. And I just took my lady there like 2 months ago or whatever. I'm like, let's stop by because we happen to be over in that area close to it. I'm like, let's go into the projects. You know, I feel safe during the day and shit like this. But so for me, it was like I had both of those going on at the same time. Meaning, I'll just say it how it is. Meaning, half of my life was ghetto as fuck. Okay, and half of my life was rich as fuck, you know. Not rich as fuck, not ultra wealthy, but just like they never worried about money ever. My white side, my black side, two totally different demographics, two totally different class systems, and so I lived that at the same fucking time. It's not like I was like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and I came from the projects and then I'm like, oh, I'm in Beverly Hills now and I don't have to worry about that. No, I lived both at the same fucking time. So I was constantly trying to make sense of that. Like, why are they broke and why are they rich? You know, like they're worried about the lights being shut off. They're worried about taking the fucking, you know, the Concorde and like, whatever, it's like 30 grand or whatever. You know, it's a little bit of an inconvenience, like 30 grand. I don't give a fuck. But they're worried about like $100. Like, how are we gonna eat today? This kind of shit. Are the lights gonna stay on? This kind of shit. I'm living both of those worlds fucked into one person, living both of that at the same fucking time. So that's why I write that way. You know, and if you look at your life, there's a big clue there why you're writing that way and what your central question is about your life. And then you're just like, I'm inviting you into my world, what I think. You know what I mean? So that would be the questions, by the way. to, like, the opportunity to speak to various writers, that would be what I want to talk about. I don't give a fuck about, like, how do I make it? Like in your movie, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. Like, what made you write this way? And what do you think your central question is? Because I know it's one fucking thing that you're trying to figure out. And why is that? Let's go deep as fuck. Rod Serling. That would be my dream interview. Okay? Let me shut the fuck up. I wrote these things down. Looking at story as a logical obstacle is a mistake, in my opinion. It's just a thing we need to figure out. I don't believe that. I believe you just have to go with your gut, and that's how the best shit happens, in my opinion. If you're looking at story logically, I think look at story illogically. Why am I writing this? Who gives a fuck until afterward? You write the fucking thing. I don't know why I'm writing this thing, but I'm drawn to it for some fucking weird reason. I'll analyze it afterward, after I know it's good, okay? As if it's like a formula. You know, like, this is what the studios think. It's just a formula we need to crack. And if we can figure out how to make AI crack this formula, then gold rains from the sky. Nonsense. No. Because no one's going to relate to that. I'm telling you shit that you already fucking agree with. Okay? Or don't be a fucking writer if you don't agree with this part. I'm joking with you guys. Instead, I think, what are you trying to say through the screenplay? You're trying to say something. Are you just trying to write a story to just sell it and make money? Because there's way easier ways to get rich. There's way easier ways. Just invest. Number one way to get rich, invest in shit and just wait. Just invest and just wait. And at the end of that, they'll say, like, here's a pile of money. Way easier way to get rich. Not through fucking writing. So there's a different reason you're trying to write. So what is that reason? You know what I mean? And I didn't realize that at first. When I was writing, I first started for a reason. I'm not going to get super into it. I first wrote because I wanted to have a story that I believed in to write music to. And then it turned into, like, wait a minute, this is basically like therapy for me to write. So I just kept doing it. And then I got signed, and then they're like, we love that, like, keep doing more of that shit. So I just kept going, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not even a writer, bro. Like, whatever, who cares? Just keep writing. You know what I mean? We have meetings for you all over here. Go to them. Go tell them why you're writing so good. You know what I mean? I'm like, but I'm not a writer, dude. Like, what the fuck? So I'll end with this. To me, that's the thing. What's a problem? If you're ever stuck, like, I don't know what to write, then to me, this is the thing. If you're like, I don't know what to write, to me, you don't know what to write to fucking sell it. That's what you're really saying. I don't know what to write to become rich. That's the wrong way to think of it, brother. In my opinion, one guy's opinion, look around. What is a fucking problem I have with society? Okay? And how am I going to examine that in this story? And it doesn't even really matter what the fucking genre is. You know? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, guys. Okay? You could say the same thing through a sci-fi, through a drama, through a comedy. It's the same fucking message. It's the same examination. It shouldn't be a message because you don't want to preach, but it's the same examination. You're just examining human nature. So just, if you're ever stuck for I don't know what to write next. I have my next two scripts. I'll shut the fuck up because I'm going super long. I already know what my next two scripts are. One is dealing with a racial thing. I already tried to do a racial thing and everybody said nope, because it's not like fucking mixed dish where we're spinning in dresses. I wrote the dark as fuck version of that. And they're like, what the fuck? So it's not that. It's actually like a very uplifting story. It goes like my friend Miranda. Hi Miranda, if you happen to see this. Like she says, she goes dark to light. It's one of those stories through race, and it's uplifting at the end, and we feel like, oh my God, I feel so happy. You know, kind of like Slumdog Millionaire sort of thing, but a little more commercial, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. I shouldn't say that because Slumdog Millionaire is a fucking massive hit. Just it goes really fucking brutally dark, and then into like, I made it, I won. You know what I mean? Like one of those stories. Black. Okay, so, and then the other thing is I want my Michael Clayton, man. You know, like not copying that shit, but I want a script that it just blows my fucking, like, that people read it and are like, what in the fuck? Because when I read that, I was like, this guy's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? And then when he talks about he's shat out through the fucking anus into the world, I'm like, I think this guy might make some sense, man. You know, to twist me up like that, and then get me to think like, but does this guy make sense though? Here's my question for Tony Gilroy. He'll never fucking answer me, but I do have that question. Did Tony Gilroy write that? Meaning this. Did he channel that shit? Did he channel it? Or did he beat sheet it out and like do that kind of thing? Or was that like a fuck it script? To me, Michael Clayton kind of feels like a fuck it script. That'd be my question about that script to Tony Gilroy. Did you beat this all out? Like, or were you just like, like the characters just fucking spoke to me? I do have that question. Anyway, so I'm done with that shit. So there we go. So I talked about writing a little bit. I've written, and writing is hard as fuck. And to me, that's my encapsulated my point is, if you don't know what to write, just look at what you're fucking angry about. What is pissing you off? And then from there, you just shove that into a genre. There you go. I just told you the easy way how to pick your next script. Bye, guys.